See, it's here.
It was a rough night. Weather where we do have some still significant flooding, major flooding in most of the rivers across eastern North Carolina. And we are especially focused on the Lumber River in Lumberton, North Carolina, which, look at this. Here's major flooding, and it's going to take until Sunday morning before we start to see that river level go below major flooding. So that's why it's going to be a concern all week long. The good news is there is no additional rain in the forecast for the East Coast this week, so that river can continue to recede. We also have some coastal flood warnings with this onshore flow, and still because of the remnants of Matthew still producing some residual flooding across the Jacksonville area and Palm Coast as well. Also some rip currents too. Elsewhere across the country, though, things are really quiet. This cold front could trigger a storm or two, and a little bit chilly across the northern plains, where temperatures today will be about 25 degrees below average. That's a look at the weather across the country. Your local forecast is coming up east, and we will see some relief. It'll get a little bit warmer, especially as we get to the end of the week. But look at all these freeze warnings and frost advisories. Bradford at 27 degrees, 36 in Hartford, Portland, Maine, 35 degrees. So all of these freeze warnings and frost advisories affect more of the mums and the pumpkins outside than us. We can handle the cold, but it's
today because you're both pregnant, almost the exact same amount. Apparently, it's keeping Dylan warm, and you've gone to the full-on fall.
But we just had a moment. I said, I bought this coat because I can close it, and then I actually can't close it anymore.
That's actually why I'm not wearing a jacket, because none of mine close.
By the way, speaking of pregnancy, we have something really fun going on our plaza.
Weather.
Yes, and we are still keeping an eye on the tropics. Tropical storm Nicole is actually going to come pretty close to Bermuda, possibly as a Category 1 hurricane. Keep in mind the northeastern side of a hurricane is the strongest side. So winds right now are just at 60 miles per hour, but it is expected to strengthen and hit Bermuda on that northeast side if it comes close enough. So we do have tropical storm warnings and hurricane watches. We could see winds up near 90 miles per hour, and then the storm itself moves back out to sea. Now, we are going to see gorgeous weather across the country. In the northeast, a beautiful fall day, nice and crisp temperatures.